Welcome to our aging puzzle. I'm your host, Corlette Deveaux. Our show is about aging and how it affects all of us. We're going to have conversations with guests from all walks of life that have been impacted by life and aging. Whether they're seniors, middle-aged, or young folks, we're going to bring their stories to you every single month. We have so much fun because we have the opportunity to share stories that we hope will make you laugh, inspire you, and give us all valuable insights on current topics, health problems, and just tips so that we can all live a healthier life. We look forward to an inspiring time of listening, learning, and connecting with you every single week. Get ready this month for an incredibly insightful march on our aging puzzle as we welcome Catrina Hurst as our esteemed guest of the month. We are super excited to have Catrina, a wonderfully versatile person whose journey from Detroit, Michigan is genuinely inspiring with a wide variety of education in business, childcare, theology, and leadership. This lady has over 25 years of entrepreneurial experience, y'all, and she is the driving force behind several successful ventures. She is rocking and rolling. She is truly inspiration to many, and we want to bring her stories to you. Remember, every month we have one guest on our show, and we will share their story with you week after week. This week, Catrina is going to talk about being busy as a young woman. Our topic is busy woman to businesswoman, because we all know that as women and as people, we are always busy. But do we turn those busy times into productivity to be successful? Or are we just busy and burning ourselves out and getting nothing at the end? Catrina's going to share her story with you. Today, she'll talk about being a busy young woman. Next week, she'll talk about being busy and working. And then week 3, she's going to talk about taking her busyness to business, busy to business. And then week 4, she's going to talk about her business, having a business with a purpose. We all have a purpose, y'all. Catrina's going to share her purpose with us. Now it's time to share with you our aging facts. You may have recently heard about the surge of artificial intelligence in the media. Yep. The acceptance of this advanced technology is growing, y'all, even among the elderly. It is a special kind of technology that helps machines think and learn a bit like people do. That, y'all, is scary because now we have machines that's going to think like us just a little bit. What's going to happen to us? This intelligent assistant can comprehend your speech, identify images, and even recall information. And this technology can tell you what your behavior is and your patterns, all kinds of stuff. One of its purposes is to simplify tasks for you, though, and to provide assistance to you in so many ways. So there are good things. Here's a learning fact. According to reports, AI can be used to diagnose diseases already. Yes. One of the remarkable ways AI can help seniors is through healthcare assistance. Imagine having a personal health monitor that tracks your vital signs and alerts your healthcare provider or family member if something is off. That's fantastic. That is amazing. So there are so many ways that AI can be of assistance. Think about smart home solutions and devices in your home. AI-powered devices can help seniors with daily tasks and encourage independent living. Imagine that. Now, maybe through AI, seniors can live at home instead of going into a facility. Who knew? These devices can control room temperatures, switch off lights, and can be managed by voice commands or set to predict your needs. By integrating smoothly into daily routines, goodness gracious, AI converts living spaces into environments that are so supportive and customized to seniors. Wow. AI can also help with social connection. It significantly aids in enhancing communication and social interaction for the elderly by helping you to diminish your feelings of loneliness. Now you can use your voice-activated assistants to do so many things and to connect with your family members who are not there with you. There's so many things that AI can do to help seniors. These voice-activated assistants allow for hands-free communication for the seniors to make calls, to send messages, to do video chatting, to have all kinds of interaction with your family and your friends. Wow, AI is awesome. AI, thus, will bridge the gap between geographical areas. You could be in New York, you can be in Bermuda, you can be in the Bahamas, and you can stay connected to your family members who are seniors, and you can stay connected to anyone. So AI actually is very helpful, and it enables seniors to remain involved with their communities and sustain important relationships. Now, as senior living consultants, we joyfully offer services to enthusiastic entrepreneurs who have a passion for addressing unmet needs in the senior industry, while also creating economic prosperity. As a former owner of a senior facility with over 8 years of industry experience, I am super excited about the innovative possibilities we have today. With AI, remote health monitoring, medication reminders, and early detection of health issues becoming not just possibilities for us to help seniors, but this is our everyday reality. Yay! We love that. All of these things help enhance the quality of life for our seniors and bring peace of mind to their loved ones. But wait, there's more. I'm going to encourage you to keep an eye out for an exciting new project that is in the works, that is designed specifically for seniors. So stay tuned. It's coming soon. Something that's going to be beneficial for seniors. New technology. It's coming soon. Now it's time to welcome our special guest today. We are thrilled to introduce our special guest this month, Catrina Hurst, a multifaceted individual whose journey from Detroit, Michigan is nothing short of inspiring. With a diverse educational background spanning business, childhood, theology, and nonprofit leadership, from esteemed institutions like Madonna University and Wayne State University, Catrina embodies the essence of lifelong learning and personal growth. Her array of skills and expertise is as impressive as it is diverse. From her roles as an evangelist, deaconess, and philanthropist, to her endeavors as a modeling coach, brand ambassador, and television radio host, Catrina has consistently uplifted and inspired those around her. And with over 25 years of experience in the entrepreneurial space, she is the driving force behind several successful businesses, including Cole's Castle, a learning center of performing arts, and Throne Boutique. Catrina's dedication to empowering others is evident in her founding of the nonprofit organization Royalty and her mentorship program, Queens, which has touched countless lives worldwide. Her impact extends beyond business, as she's been recognized by none other than Oprah Winfrey as a community hero and has authored 2 self-help books. The lady is awesome. Beyond her professional and her achievements in the community, she is involved in various stage plays, TV series, and talk shows. This underlines her versatility and her passion for the arts. And as a dedicated member of High Praise Church, she leads by example, serving as the director of the dance team and intercessory prayer warrior. Amazing. With a heart full of humility and a spirit of generosity, Catrina, alongside her supportive husband, Larry, and their son, Cole, continues to inspire others to pursue their dreams and embrace their true potential. We are so honored to have her share her wisdom and her experience. Please join me in welcoming Catrina Hurst, my guest for this month, who will be talking about busy woman to businesswoman. Hello, Catrina. how are you?
Hello, hello. I am doing fantastic. How are you, Corlette?
I'm doing fantastic. Welcome to our show.
Thank you for having me as a guest. I'm just so honored to be here, Queen. You are just awesome.
You're awesome, and I'm so excited to share your story. I am thrilled because I am pretty sure that there are women out there just like you, just like me. So
Mhm.
we are going to spend some time with you talking about busy women, busy woman to businesswoman, because we're all busy, busy, busy. But you have really taken the busy woman and turned that into a business to thrive and be successful. And you're going to share your story this week, this month, 4 times, and we're going to build on it. So I appreciate you so much.
Oh, no, I appreciate you. And I'm happy to be able to share. Hopefully, it will inspire some women out there to let them know that not just the sky's the limit, but they can do all things through
That's fantastic.
Christ. It gives them strength. So, yeah, I'm excited about it.
That's fantastic. So we're going to kick this off for this month, talking about busy woman to businesswoman. And what I want to spend some time talking about this week, Catrina, is let's talk about when you were a young girl. You shared your story and you said when you were a young girl, you were super, super busy. You were busy, you were doing stuff. Tell me about some of the things that you did as a young woman when you were growing up and how busy
Yeah.
you were.
Well, it's funny because in my book that I wrote, which is entitled From Busy Woman to Businesswoman, the first chapter I'm talking about how when I was about 4 years old, I can remember walking around in my mom's high heels, click clacking around the house, and she was a businesswoman, and so she would have her briefcase. I would drag her heavy briefcase around and act like I was going to work. So
Hmm.
I know this all stems from me just being around it, in the environment
Of
of
course.
that. And then when I got into school, I would say actually even before school, before I got into like high school, before my story goes on, as I was younger, my mother, she always kept us involved. I had two older sisters back then. And then as we got older, I had three more baby sisters. So my mother has always been a girl mom. So anything pretty and girly was all her, and I was here for it. And so she would, dress us up like dolls. Like every Sunday was Easter Sunday to her for church, and everything was had to be just together. I mean, and we were seriously like her little dolls. My nickname is China Doll because she dresses in the
Oh,
house. Yes,
it's
and to
so
this
cute.
day, it's so sweet. Thank you. And I can remember going to Girl Scouts, and guess what? My mom was the leader. I can remember going to dance class, and guess what? My mom was the instructor. I can remember going skating every Saturday. I'm going to church every day, every night. It was something. There was always something, a choir rehearsal, a Bible class, some type of lesson that we had to go to church for, learn how to usher. She kept us involved in so many activities that we didn't have a chance to really get bored, or get distracted with anything other than just doing the good things that was out there. So as we got older, I said, okay, you know what? When I go to school, I'm going to get into some activities. But I found myself gearing more towards the office. While everybody else was at lunch in their lunchroom and lunchroom classes, I was actually volunteering in the office. I dropped lunch for like all of my school years, and I was a senior. I'm not as a senior, from a freshman to a senior. My mom actually had a home daycare, so I would help her in her home child care. And it was so fun. It was just fun just to be around it. And then I started my own child care when I was about 15. I started to watch a ladies in the office, her children in her house. So that's kind of like birthed something in me as far as for entrepreneurship, seeing my mom being an entrepreneur and then myself starting at that age. But once I got about 15, 16, I started to work at Children's Hospital. I received a co-op position at Children's. And when they saw my work ethic and how young I was, but I was very mature, they decided to hire me in full time. So I started to work at Children's Hospital in Michigan at age 15 and a half, going in 16. So it was June. My birthday's in June. And I was there for 13 years. And from
Oh,
there, that right there helped me to become a businesswoman. I saw how to, work in corporate America, graduated from college, received my bachelor's degree from Wayne State, met so many nice people. I had a great, great boss. She taught me how to be a businesswoman and how to be a woman with great character and integrity in the corporate America. when everything else around you, was not good, you have to keep your integrity. So that's one thing that I've learned, from just growing up, from being a young woman until about that age.
That is fantastic. You shared so much. I'm just trying to figure out where to start with my questions. You mentioned your mom.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I applaud your mom. She did a fantastic job.
Thank you.
Yeah, she
Aw,
did. She did. You're amazing.
thank you.
You said your mom kept you in all of these activities, to was she a single mom,
Yes,
Catrina? Oh my
At
goodness.
first, she was a single mom. Yeah, she was a single mom, and then she met my stepdad, and he just took my sister and I under his wing like we were his, and he had a
Wow.
daughter that was right in between us. So I was the baby, and then it was his daughter. Then I had an older sister. So us three, the three Musketeers, when you saw one, you saw all of us, and everybody would ask, "Are you triplets? Do you do everything alike? Your mom
Wow.
keeps you dressed up so nice, and you're so mannerable." But we were like, this is how we were raised. So yeah, I give it up to my mom.
I think that's fantastic because, first of all, being a parent with so many girls,
Mhm.
it's difficult being a parent, period. And to
Yes.
be a parent that was so involved with their children, their daughters, you said you were in all of these different activities, and your mom was the Girl Scouts leader, your mom was the instructor for the dance, and your mom was this, and she had a daycare. I think, that's a foundation that was laid to show you work ethics.
Yes.
And that's amazing. And so we applaud your mom for doing that.
Yes.
So
Thank you.
that's fantastic. So you did all of these things. When you did all of these things as a busy child in high school and in middle school,
Mhm.
did that affect the work that you produced? Did it affect your grades?
No, I was an honor student. We had perfect attendance. My mom, thank God, she was able to be a homemaker. So in the midst of doing all of that, we were able to come home to a hot cooked meal. She would come to the school and volunteer. She was able to do the things and to actually be there for us to make sure that we were well rounded in the
Mm,
different things. Like she was a Sunday school teacher. She would
mm.
help and drive the church van to pick up other kids so that she can teach them right along with us. She was just like really, like I said, I learned a lot from watching her, and I know that that's where I get my work ethic from now.
Wow. So busy, busy, busy.
Mhm.
Sometimes people are busy and they get burnt out, or they are busy and they sacrifice one thing versus another. But it appears, Katrina, that you were busy, but your busy was productive busy, and you thrived being busy.
Yeah.
Honor roll student in the church,
Mhm.
doing dance, doing Girl Scouts. You know, how did you manage being so busy as a young child and not being burned out and still doing well in school? How did you do that?
She had us on a strict schedule. It was hilarious because on the refrigerator she would have our menus like we were in daycare. So we would come home, we would
Wow.
have our breakfast every morning. She would get up and make us hot breakfast. She would pack us our lunch to take with us. When we came in, we have a snack on the table. Then to start homework. Then we have our supper, and then by that time it was time for Bible study. And then we can play a little bit. Then it was time for bed. We were on a strict schedule to
Hmm.
make sure that we stay focused. And in the midst of it, it didn't seem busy, I guess, because it was fun. She made it fun. It wasn't like a crack the whip. You have to do this. It was, come on, we're going to do this. And we were looking forward to like, okay, so what are we doing tomorrow? What are we
Oh,
doing this?
wow.
So it
That's
was
amazing.
really good. And then she included our girlfriends. So we had a lot of friends at church. So they became, and let me tell you how many I had. I had 17 bridesmaids at my wedding.
Wow.
17. So those were my friends that I grew up with from childhood, and my mother helped to raise. My mother helped to raise them and mentor them. So those were all of my friends, in addition to my sisters that were at my wedding, 17.
Wow. That is
Yes.
amazing. Okay, so how's your mom doing now?
She's doing fantastic. Guess what? She's in charge of one of my businesses. So she runs and operates my daycare center school. And so she's been doing that for me for the last 10 years. Actually about 12 years now. She actually quit her job. She retired. And she said, I'm gonna come and work with you. I say, let's go. So it's really great. So it allows me time to come and speak with you and to operate my other businesses and my mentor program. So it's really a great thing that I have her here. And she'll be 70 years old in March. She's a breast cancer survivor after 35 years.
Mhm.
And she's just a wonderful woman. She still teaches Sunday school at church. She still does everything. She looks like she's 50. She's just got it going on. I call her a brick house.
Yes, we're gonna start singing the song in a second. Yes, that's right. That is so awesome. Wow. So, this series is talking about busy to businesswoman, busy woman to businesswoman. And this week we're talking about all of the things you're sharing with us, how busy you were as a child and how your mom kept you busy. Let me ask you, do you think that you are successful today because your mom kept you busy, your mom kept you out of trouble? Was the busyness to keep you out of trouble, to keep you engaged? Tell us a
Yeah.
little bit about that.
Yes, she actually did. She kept all of us busy to help keep us focused and out of trouble. The old scripture says, idle mind is the devil's workshop. So
Mhm.
she had to keep us focused. And because just a part of her testimony, at age 17, going on 18, she ended up getting impregnated as a high school senior. She had to drop out to take care of her siblings. She was the only child, and I'm sorry, she was the oldest the oldest girl of her
Okay.
family. She had 14, people in her home. So she became the mother of
Wow.
everybody. Yeah. Even though my grandmother was present, my mother just had that type of motherly instinct. So she had a nurturing spirit, but she just knew that she didn't want us to go through the trials and things that she did growing up. So she wanted to make sure that we stayed busy and focused
Right.
and didn't have the idle time. So I thank God, that she raised us how she did, because it really blessed us to be able to be independent, strong women. We all had great husbands. We all was able to, take care of our children and raise them well. And so I really thank God for her life, that she sacrificed, so much, but at the same time, she gave us a great life, as a childhood, because she introduced us to things that she wanted to do as a child, but she couldn't because they couldn't afford it.
That's fantastic. Let me ask you, I'm thinking here about my background, and my background is pharmaceutical sales.
Okay.
And I remember going into doctors' offices, and one of the things that was big back then, and I think is big now, was ADD. So
Mm-hmm.
people would say, "Oh my God, this kid has ADD because they can't concentrate. They're trying to do so many things one time, so they have ADD." You
Mm-hmm.
were doing 1,000 things one time, but you were
Yes.
focused. Back then, did any of your teachers ever say, "You know what, your kids are doing too many things, they have ADD"? And did you see other children when you were growing up who may have had ADD, moving around doing 1,000 things? And how is that different from you doing all these things but being successful? That's a long
For
question.
us, yeah, for us, I really honestly didn't have time to pay attention to anybody else and
Mm,
what they were doing, because we were always so focused and structured on what we were doing. And like I say, we were all honor students. My mother, because she would tutor us, we would go to school and learn, but of course, when we came home, we had homework time. So it was all about her tutoring us and making sure that we kept the grades up. So every award ceremony, we were there. Whatever, it was something going on, the teachers looked for us. They knew that the Lewis girls were going to be at the top of the pier. When it was time for any type of event, they chose us. So it was just good to know that they saw the hard work that my mother put in us. And even to this day, I'm in my doctorate program and I'm a straight A student. My master's program, I got straight A's. Throughout my program, my bachelor's program, I got A's and B's, a couple C's at Wayne State. It was hard, but after I got the hang of it again, I just love education. I love school. So it never was a problem for us, my sisters and I. We all are, we all do really good, excel in school, and in the different things they put in front of us. It's almost like a challenge,
mhm.
it's almost like a challenge. Like if somebody say that you can't do something, we do it, but we don't have the opportunity to, because when they want something done, they call on us
Right.
to get it done. They know that Ms. Marshall's kids is going to get it done.
That's fantastic. Fantastic. Busy woman to businesswoman is our topic for this month. And you've heard Catrina as a young girl, she was busy as a bee. She was
Mm-hmm.
busy, but she was productive and she was successful, even though she was super busy and she didn't have ADD,
No,
right?
none
No
at all.
ADD. Busy, productive. So many people are busy, but they're not productive. So I appreciate you sharing your beginning of your story this week, Catrina, talking about how busy you were as a child and how your mom really laid the foundation for you by keeping you busy to keep you out of trouble and also to keep you focused.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. So,
Thank you.
is there anything else you want to share with us about being busy as a young child before we wrap up?
No, I can just say that I'm grateful that she did do those things because those things they got embedded in us. It's so much more that we did. Like we went every Saturday, we had an appointment from 1 to 4 to go roller skating. So we learned how to skate.
Right.
We learned how to walk the runway and model. My mother was a model, so she taught us how to model, and so everything that she taught me as a child, as a teenager, I was able to now, as in this present day, take it and make money from it and start businesses and teach and mentor others. And that's the whole thing. Everything that I learned, I thank God I was able to take it and flip it and to use it. 'Cause a lot of people, they have gifts and talents and they don't realize it. And during the pandemic, I'm quite sure a lot of people tapped into those old gifts and talents and started businesses and learned to, I can cook, I can sell dinners, I can draw, I can do art, I can do hair, whatever it is. I can write poetry and sell it, make a book. So it's something always to do with your gift.
Wow. The gifts that you have within you, pull it out.
That's right.
I appreciate you saying that. And I want to say one final thing before we wrap up, Catrina,
Mhm.
is so many of us are afraid to try new things, afraid to try new things.
Mhm.
You said that the things that your mom taught you, roller skating, walking the runway, modeling, those are things that you're pulling out of you to now use and to capitalize on and to make money from. So I
Yeah.
encourage people out there, pull deep into you and find the things that you have learned as a child and
Mhm.
figure out if you can capitalize on it. And
That's
don't be
right.
afraid to try new things.
That's right.
You're amazing. I appreciate you sharing your story with us
Mhm.
this week. We're going to look forward to seeing you next week, where you're going to share more of your story about being a busy woman to businesswoman. Thank you so much, Katrina. Thank
Thank you. Thank you, Corlette. I appreciate you.
I will see you next week.
Yes.
Thank you again to Catrina Hurst, our guest for the month. Oh boy, this is going to be a fantastic month. We appreciate her genuine openness and sharing of her story. Can't wait to continue chatting with her. Now let's talk about habits to live longer and live better. And we remind you every week of 4 things that we encourage you to do: proper diet, regular exercise, reduce your stress, and socialize. Doing these things will have a positive effect on your overall health and well being and will help you to live longer and live better. Remember, our focus this month revolves around the theme of empowerment and transformation. We believe in the power of individuals to effective change that is positive. We want to help everyone out there, anyone who is looking for a positive influence and a message of change and hope. That's why we have Catrina this month, and that's why we have our guests every single month. We will explore different facets of professional and personal growth and impact socially. And by sharing the motivating tale of Catrina's perseverance and triumph, along with practical advice for self-enhancement and leadership, our objective is to encourage you, our viewers, to utilize your distinctive abilities and to make a significant impact filled with empathy and a generous spirit in your surroundings. Let's make a difference. We want to thank our sponsor, DG Incorporated, for supporting this show. We look forward to seeing you next week. If you would like to learn more about our sponsor, please visit their website at dgincorporated.com, or you can follow them on LinkedIn at DG Incorporated, or you can subscribe to their YouTube channel at DG Incorporated. We look forward to seeing you next week. And again, we thank our guest, Catrina Hurst, for being an amazing and inspiring guest today. We'll see you next week.
I'm Kevin Harrington, an original shark from Shark Tank. DG Incorporated provides coaching services to help entrepreneurs open and grow assisted living facilities and build economic wealth. Visit their website to learn more.